Hi, I'm Maggie Ostara with a message today about resiliency. I think it's needed more now than ever given what's going on in the world. And I wanted to start out by saying blessings to you wherever you are, whatever's going on. I hope that you're healthy and well. So, resiliency, I think I have a PhD in literatures and English, but I think I might have a graduate degree in resiliency based on kind of how my life has gone. And I've started to share some of those stories with you, and I will continue to do so. And today I want to share, something I've been thinking about because it's springtime here where I live in Northern California. Things are blooming all around. Trees have been blooming for a long time. The rosemary and the lavender is blooming in my yard. And it's a big reminder about the resiliency of nature. And this particular aspect has to do with cycles and it has to do with rhythm. That no matter what else is going on, that the sun rises and spring comes. And this is something that we do count on. And sometimes we actually take it for granted these days just because we're not in a state in the winter where we're so afraid that the sun isn't going to come back because we're warm and we have lights and all of that. But, more ancient peoples were, kind of afraid of that. And they had to rely on their sense of rhythm and their sense of cycles. And so for you, it may be that your daily rhythm has gotten really disrupted, whether that means you're not going to work or your kids aren't going to school. There's a variety of different ways in which we've been disrupted from our routine. And this can be kind of ungrounding. So I want to recommend, that you just see what kind of a rhythm you can create for yourself. For you, if you've got kids home, whether you're alone, whether you're with a partner, with a family, that you find a way to have your rhythm be working for you, because that can be surprisingly settling, surprisingly grounding, surprisingly calming to have a rhythm. So I think some of the distress that people are feeling right now is just because their rhythm is disrupted. So the next one has to do with flexibility. I've really learned in my life that it is enormously important to be flexible. And, I've had what feels like the rug pulled out from under me any number of times. And so being able to be flexible has been such a huge support for me. And again, if we look at nature, think about what trees and bushes need to do in a storm. And we really have to be able to sway and to be able to take the energy as it's moving around us so that we're able to manage forces that are actually larger than we are. A tree knows that the wind is actually bigger than it is in some ways, and it's certainly not in control of the wind. It's not in control of the storm. And so it has to work with it and find a way to do that. And when I was thinking about this today, one of the images that came to mind, if you're familiar with the movie The Matrix, was Neo when he has figured out how to actually master the Matrix. One of the things he can do is he can be enormously flexible. He can move super fast. He can move out of the way of the bullets that are coming at him. He has become incredibly flexible as well as creative. So that's something for you to think about. Like, how can I be more flexible right now? Okay, so I don't have my routine, and I'm used to having that, and I'm used to having things being a certain way. How can I be more flexible? Where can I just create more spaciousness for myself in my life? I know for me, one of the things that I've been doing is being more flexible with certain aspects of my morning routine and trying different things out, because I found that even the regularity that I had before wasn't serving me as well with the kind of underlying stress that I'm feeling, the underlying sense of unsettledness that is just part of being on the planet right now. I'm a sensitive person. I can pick up what's going on in the collective, even though I'm well here at home and I'm safe in my home right now, and my work hasn't really changed very much. But even so, I'm a sensitive person, so I can feel that. So I need to be flexible. So I've been walking every day. I've been doing different breathing practices. I've been dancing and dancing online with friends. I've had to be flexible to continue to do the things that help me to feel well. And that are not the way that ideally would want to do them, but I still actually feel very blessed to be able to participate in ways that are serving and nourishing me. And the third code that I want to share with you is opportunity. Opportunity, again, if we think about trees, trees are incredible opportunists. One of the first things they do is always seek the light, right? When we lived in our old house in Oakland, we inherited a yard where there were really too many trees planted close to each other, and you could see the way that they were all, seeking the light, and they were incredibly opportunistic to be finding the way around each other up into the light. And so you want to think about that. How can you be flexible and opportunistic in a good way to see where is the light for you? And for trees, that's their nourishment, right? It's how they grow. It's how they feed themselves. So for you, what is the light that you're going to be reaching for? Is that going to be the light of meditation, or is it going to be the light of exercise, or of having fun with your family, even in the midst of this challenge that we're in? What is that light going to be for you? And then also with a tree, if in that wind I was talking about a moment ago, if a branch breaks off, because that does happen, trees don't fall apart. They just continue to find more opportunity. They send out new shoots and new branches. I was in one of our parks recently, and was marveling at one of our old oaks, which had branches that were going, down into the down all the way down onto the ground, and had roots going down there, and then were coming back up. They were going in all sorts of different directions, and so this oak was looking for opportunity for itself. I don't exactly know why it was going the way that it did, but I could tell it was unstoppable. It was unshakable in its seeking out of opportunity. And then if you think about water, right? Water is incredible. I mean, water will find its way around an obstacle. If, a large rock falls into a stream and it dams it up for a while, or if you've ever tried to dam up a stream. I know me and my kid used to do that when Sam was little. But it doesn't take long unless you have something really solid for the water to just find its way around that, and then eventually push that obstacle out of the way. So for you, how do you seek opportunity around the obstacles? And, how can you get in the flow that might actually, disintegrate or move some of those obstacles out of the way? You always have these different codes, resiliency codes from nature to tune into. And so think about where are the places in your life where you might do that. I hope this has been beneficial for you. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up below. And if there's something that I said that really kind of struck you, or moves you, or is beneficial or inspiring for you, just go ahead and put it in the comments below with a little quote around it. So when other people come and check out the video, they'll be able to see what you thought was beneficial. Thank you so much for your time today. Many blessings. This is Maggie Ostara. I'll be back with more resiliency code before too long.